If you guys want the new Chapter 6 Battle Pass, I'm going to be gifting it to 10 people who like and comment on this video. It came to my attention that some of you prefer DirectX 11 over performance mode. Now, that's completely fine as long as you optimize the settings and you don't have a low-end PC. If you have a low-end PC, use performance mode. I've made a whole video on that. You can check that out down below. But yeah, my DX11 lovers, let's get into this. I'm going to be showing you like objectively, not to stroke my ego, but the best settings right here for performance on DirectX 11, which sounds counterintuitive. Trust me, it's not. I say that because performance mode obviously is going to give you better performance. But yeah, if it helps, make sure to subscribe. All right, we're in DirectX 11. These settings are very, very important. What you're going to do is, first of all, don't worry about your auto set. Don't mess with this. Isn't going to do anything for you. It actually isn't very good. So change your quality preset. You may have a custom option, but if you don't, just set it to low at first, and then changing these settings below it will make it a custom preset essentially. So I guess for most cases, set this to low if it isn't already on custom. You want to turn anti-aliasing off, this off, temporal super resolution off. These are only good for like them really high-end like 4090 RTX Super TI $4,000 graphics cards. But even then, like, it's not going to give you the best performance. No one's doing that for competitive or even like generally half decent casual play. Don't bother with it. 3D resolution, mine set to 75. I wouldn't go any lower than this. Your game's going to look horrible. So if you have a low-end PC, just set it to 75. For a mid-tier PC, put it to like 80, 85 range. And if you have a high-end PC, put it on 99. I know the difference between this and 100% is literally 1%, but it's gonna make a difference. Trust me, your frames you will see better frames. Have literally all of these off. Like, just make sure they're all off. That's the key thing here. For the most part, they should be, but just make sure they're all off. View distance, I have this on medium. If you have a mid-tier PC, have this on medium. Same goes for high-end. You can also, slightly crank this up to far. Never go to epic. And if you have a low-end PC, put this on near because it will just kind of give you the best frames. The only reason I say this because for mid-tier PCs and also kind of high-end tier PCs, if you're going medium to high, or not even kind of, definitely what this will do is it will actually render things a little bit faster before you get to them. Now, how that works is if you see a build fight in the distance and you're running over to it, it will render things like the guns on the floor and some of the builds a little bit sooner, meaning when you actually get to the build fight, it's not going to be rendering these things when you're probably in like close combat. You're probably, battling your opponent, you're build fighting, you're box fighting, whatever you may be doing. It's not going to be rendering as you're doing that. It renders before, so when you get there, you're not dropping frames potentially. And also, of course, it can help render things like guns in the distance a little bit faster, which I've already mentioned. But what it does is it gives you a competitive advantage. You may be looking for a blue shotgun and now you found one. Some very important things down here: NVIDIA Reflex low latency. I have mine turned off. Now, this is something you have to test, and I know that is very annoying to hear. For me, having this turned off is actually been better for me. I have low latency in my NVIDIA control panel turned off, and I'm going to do an NVIDIA control panel video probably tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. It's very important. That works in tandem with this setting right here. But for the most part, you guys will probably want this on plus boost. For most people that have, any card that isn't like, a 20 series RTX card, have this on plus boost. Anyone else, you may not even have this option. But if you do and you have a bad graphics card and you do, have this turned off. For me, I have a good graphics card, but the way I've got this set up in sync with my control panel, my NVIDIA control panel, actually works better. I get lower latency, and this Reflex low latency stuff actually does the opposite. It's counterintuitive. So I have mine off. For the most part, I have this on plus boost, but it's worth testing. But I guess wait for my next video because that will help. But once you've done all that, you're pretty much good to go.